freaky. Well then, hello and welcome to my Diablo Let's Play. It's been a long time since I've played this. I grew up playing this game, and I mean, I've tried, you know, using some hacks to try and get the game to work on like Windows 7, I think, but it just wasn't cooperating on Windows 7. It's a much better experience on this downloaded version from GOG. I was pleasantly surprised when I found out about that, because the game had been abandonware. I mean, Blizzard still had the intellectual property rights for it, but they weren't doing anything with it, so it was annoying for people who like old games, like me. Oh, we got another trailer. You already saw it. Once is enough, I think. Okay, that was my first character. And I'm gonna make a rogue here, and this character is going to be in honor of my very first character that I made in Diablo 1, and I named her Serena, so we'll name this one Serena. And welcome to Tristram. That town music is so iconic, it's great. Oops, no auto map available in town.
Thank goodness you returned. Much has changed since you lived here, my friend. All was peaceful until the Dark Riders came and destroyed our village. Many were cut down where they stood, and those who took up arms were slain or dragged away to become slaves, or worse. The church at the edge of town has been desecrated and is being used for dark rituals. The screams that echo in the night are inhuman, but some of our townsfolk may yet survive. Follow the path that lies between my tavern and the blacksmith's shop to find the church and save who you can. Perhaps I can tell you more if we speak again. Good luck.
Yeah, that was Ogden, the tavern keeper, welcoming us back, apparently. So I guess it's kind of implied in the story that we used to live here. Oh, who's this?
Please, listen to me. The Archbishop Lazarus. He led us down here to find the lost prince. The bastard led us into a trap. Now everyone is dead, killed by a demon he called the Butcher. Avenge us! Find this Butcher and slay him, so that our souls may finally rest.
And so now we have our very first quest. The Butcher. Another iconic quest in Diablo, for sure.
Your death will be avenged.
Alright, let's get to it.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
Okay, so there's an auto map in this game, and it's helpful for navigating around, but for the purposes of the Let's Play, I think I'm going to try and remember to hide it when I can. I'll still use it from time to time. Oop, there he goes. And we got a book of charged bolts. Can't use it yet. Rogues start out with 15 magic here. We'll get back out and destroy some barrels. And barrels can be deadly if you're playing a sorcerer. And it's like, you know, why the heck does the rogue blow up the barrels from right next to him? Wouldn't it be safer to shoot them from far away? Well, none of those exploded, but we'll see plenty of exploding barrels. Ouch. You can count on it. Yeah, I thought I was supposed to be able to see trapped stuff. I don't know if I just was rushing and didn't read the message, but rogues are supposed to be able to sense trapped items, and then you can use this handy-dandy trap disarm skill to take care of it. Doesn't always work. It's a percentage chance, but it's nice to have. Unlike other role-playing games, well, if you can call this a role-playing game, really, it has role-playing elements. But unlike the other games of this style, the pacing is a bit slower, and the combat's pretty, you know, pretty methodical and tactical with the architecture of the dungeon. Yep, those guys are pretty easy. Oh, and here's a scavenger, and it's trapped behind the barrels. When you start as a rogue, you get a lot of easy kills because of your ranged attack. Okay, we have a 65% chance to hit starting. Later on, you start needing a very high to-hit percentage to reliably hit targets that have a high armor class. Because basically how the hits work is that your to-hit percentages from that is subtracted the target's armor class. And then that's roughly the chance of getting a hit. You never see the AC figures for the monsters in the game. You have to look that up yourself in some outside reference, but I happen to have one with me. I'm not actually going to use it for that purpose, though. It actually has lists of the shrines that we'll encounter, or I would expect we'll encounter. It's a handy list. And yeah, it's a Prima's official strategy guide. Apparently I paid $10 for this back in the day. But it's packed full of great tips on this game, and it was very helpful because there are a lot of, despite the the seeming simplicity of this game, there's some hidden calculations and mechanics going on behind the scenes that you might not pick up on had you not read something like that. There are, of course, other FAQs and things like that you can read online. Anyway, back here, oh, Fountain of Tears. I forget exactly what that does. Level up. Our first level up. That's exciting. And every level up you get 5 points to distribute. So, well, honestly, I'm not really worried about magic, and we're hitting okay for now, and we're okay on life. So I think I put the points into strength because I want to be able to use better bows in the near future. Okay, so when you're dealing with shrines of unknown type, or when you're dealing with these miscellaneous objects like this Fountain of Tears, these don't spawn all the time, but you get them occasionally. It's good to save the game first. And I think this one changes stats. If I remember right, it's going to add like +5 to one stat and subtract 3 to others. Yeah, strength went down by 1 point, and vitality went up by 1 point. Is that it? I don't know. I'm just gonna load my game. Not deal with it. Ooh, a magic cape. Our first magic item. It's not identified yet. And you don't want to just plop items on. You don't want to immediately use magic items because there are actually cursed items in the game that have negative stats on them. So you could potentially save yourself a little trouble that way. Oh, nothing left in down this way. So scroll the auto map here. Have a look at what else is in this map. When I was first testing recording this game, like I was having a lot of trouble with the audio levels. The input level for the microphone was just getting overwhelmed by the audio from the game, specifically the music, and especially the music in town. The music in town, well, it's great music, but it does have a lot of dynamic range, and it was getting a little too loud to hear the voiceover. And there was no convenient option in Windows 10 that I was finding to boost the microphone. I have the slider turned up all the way to 100%, and that's as high as it'll go. Whereas in this game, let's see, yeah, I've got the sliders down very low. The music's down, like, it can't go any lower without turning it off. And then the sound, like the regular game sounds, I made just a tad louder than that, but the sounds are pretty minimal in the application, and my system volume is at 1%, and if I speak up it seems to be working just right, so I don't have to edit the video file with anything after I record this. It's nice to be able to just play and go. Money, money. Zombies are slow and stupid, but they can hit hard. Ugh. So, what you saw just there, one aspect of this game that you have to just live with is the fact that ranged attacks, you know, the hitboxes on the ranged attacks, you'll eventually discover that it's a lot easier to land hits when you're aligning your shots with the isometric tiles, you know, that the game is based on. Okay, let's get out of here. Too many zombies. Even though this is the first level and it's supposed to be easy, you can still get beat up on the first level if you're not careful. I mean, if you're new to the game and don't understand the mechanics, that would be pretty easy, I would suspect. Okay, another zombie in the corner. Gloomy Shrine. I think that's a good one. Get out my handy dandy shrine list here. Oh, no, not exactly. It's +2 AC to all shields, helmets, and armor, and -1 to all weapons max damage. No, I don't think we want that one. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have the cape. Alright, it was magical, and I'm not wearing it yet. So, I'm not going to use that shrine. But, you know, back in the day, when this game was released, you know, people just had to slowly deduce what these things did. And, you know, you just write them down. but the names don't really have much to do with their actual effects, but at the very least, the effects are consistent. They don't change. Although a lot of stuff gets randomized in the game, that is not one of them. The shrine effects are always the same. But the cast of monsters, the layouts of the dungeons, the loot that gets dropped, all of it's random. And even the quests that you get in the game, those are also random as well. There's 5 groups of quests, and the game will select one quest from each group and then removes it from that group, and then you'll play the rest of the quests. And I worked it out, and I think there's like 108 quest configurations. And a cap. Just basic armor here, but every little bit helps. So yeah, we have 6 armor right now, and then once we put that cap on, now we have 9. We just increased our armor by 50% with one item. Yeah, sometimes those skeletons can be tricksy and hide in barrels like that, so you gotta be ready for it. Yeah, the cap is kind of damaged. That's why I'm getting this little icon warning me that the item is damaged. And another cap. Maybe this one's better. 3 and 8 to 15. Yeah, let's wear that one. Makes the warnings go away anyway. Okay, here's the stairs down to level 2. Let's take a look at the map again. Okay, yeah, I've already covered a lot of this level here, so there's only this area back here. And in this game, it's in keeping with that, you know, slower pace and, you know, kind of tactical, methodical nature. It's always good when you move to a new area to be able to retreat. Because if you wake up some monsters and then charge towards them, you're generally just going to wake up more monsters and make your life miserable. Okay, yeah, we leveled up again, and I'm going to level up strength again to 30. I believe that allows us to use the next category or 2 of bows. So I think I'm probably done with strength for at least a couple levels. Alright. More money. And a saber. Or a sabry, I guess. You know, based on the spelling. Yeah, I got 2 books of charged bolt. That's crazy. Open that sarcophagus. Yeah, retreat some more. And because because we're using a bow, we don't have the opportunity to have a shield, which is quite useful for the ability to just completely block attacks. And that's one of those kind of more hidden aspects of the game. It's like it happens, the blocking happens automatically, but you don't know like what your block chance is, but it's affected by your dexterity. But
I can't carry anymore.
that doesn't really apply to us since we're not going to be using a shield, so Yeah, whatever. I think it's time to go back to town and sell some stuff, don't you? Oh, oops. This way. More modern gamers might be frustrated with the walk speed in this game. You can't run. Apparently in the Hellfire mod, there's actually an option for being able to run in town to speed things up, but I wanted to play a vanilla experience here. We're not injured, so we don't need healing. But
I'm glad I caught up to you in time. Our wells have become brackish and stagnant, and some of the townspeople have become ill drinking from them. Our reserves of fresh water are quickly running dry. I believe that there is a passage that leads to the springs that serve our town. Please find what has caused this calamity, or we all will surely perish.
Well then, okay, Pepin.
What ails you, my friend?
Well, what else does he have to say?
While I use some limited forms of magic to create the potions and elixirs I store here, Adria is a true sorceress. She never seems to sleep, and she always has access to many mystic tomes and artifacts. I believe her hut may be much more than the hovel it appears to be, but I can never seem to get inside the place.
Mysterious. We haven't actually met Adria yet, but she's basically the character to go to when you want to buy or sell magic stuff.
Please, you must hurry. Every hour that passes brings us closer to having no water to drink. We cannot survive for long without your help.
He sounds a little worried, don't you think?
By the light, I know of this vile demon. There were many that bore the scars of his wrath upon their bodies when the few survivors of the charge led by Lazarus crawled from the cathedral. I don't know what he used to slice open his victims, but it could not have been of this world. It left wounds festering with disease, and even I found them almost impossible to treat. Beware if you plan to battle this fiend.
Yep, we're gonna battle this fiend, all right. And the butcher, yeah, auto map. Jeez, I keep pressing that button. I think I still got some residual Diablo 2 habits. But yeah, the butcher is notorious amongst Diablo players for frequently killing lower level characters. And there's a good reason for that, is because the butcher, I mean, he's really tough for the, I mean, he's going to be on level 2. I already know that. And you need kind of a higher level character to deal with him effectively than what you will typically be when you're entering level 2. Even by the time you finish level 2. But anyway, I actually knew that we had the poisoned water supply quest right when I entered the town square, because the well was all yellow here.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. It seems that the Archbishop Lazarus goaded many of the townsmen into venturing into the labyrinth to find the king's missing son. He played upon their fears and whipped them into a frenzied mob. None of them were prepared for what lay within the cold earth. Lazarus abandoned them down there, left in the clutches of unspeakable horrors, to die. I don't know what I can really tell you about this that will be of any help. The water that fills our wells comes from an underground spring. I have heard of a tunnel that leads to a great lake. Perhaps they are one and the same. Unfortunately, I do not know what would cause our water supply to be tainted.
Well, that's not quite so helpful.
Ogden has owned and run the Rising Sun Inn and Tavern for almost 4 years now. He purchased it just a few short months before everything here went to hell. He and his wife, Garda, do not have the money to leave, as they invested all they had in making a life for themselves here. He is a good man with a deep sense of responsibility.
Oh, that's right. We have a cape. Yes, Kane identifies items quite helpfully. It costs 100 gold pieces for each item, though. Oh, yeah, see, here's a cursed item. So minus 40% armor. Wait, it's a rusted cape. How does that work? It's made out of cloth. How's it rusted? That's silly. That should be illegal.
Well, what can I do for you?
And if you try to sell it, Griswold's like, I don't want to buy this crap. I'll give you 1 gold for it. Mer. Anyway, what have we left in here? Yeah, I'm just gonna sell all of that.
Well, what can I do for you?
Sometimes the text menu interface for buying and selling can be a little clunky, but it gets the job done. Griswold offers some basic items that are not magical, but really you don't need to buy these because you're just gonna find them in the course of your adventure anyway. At least I think. I've never found it worthwhile to buy them, but he does have magic items here. They're more expensive, of course, and the better they are, the more expensive they'll be. But sometimes I've bought some items from Griswold if I really needed something. Often the best stuff you find will be from the dungeon, though, so keep that in mind. And you don't want to spend all your gold on one item. This game is about making all kinds of trade-offs, about what weapons you're using or what spells you're casting, or what armor and jewelry you're wearing. But yeah, can't buy any of this stuff anyway because it's too expensive. I'll just repair my stuff, or rather pay Griswold to repair my stuff. And now I'm off to see Adria, the witch. She'll give me, or she'll let me sell magic items, and I can buy magic items there too.
I sense a soul in search of answers. And
Adria has always got mana potions and scrolls of town portal for sale. Likewise, Pepin always has healing potions and scrolls. And, well, at least those, and then they'll have assortments of other items. So Adria generally will offer a few scrolls or a couple of books or a few staves maybe, and it randomly generates, of course. Book of Lightning. That's a solid spell. But, yeah, 3,000 gold. That's very expensive for a low-level character. So, nothing there. Oh yeah, the Books of Charged Bolt. Let's sell those. Okay, well that was easy. And Adria will recharge spell staves. We haven't seen one yet, but there are staves in the game that store charges of spells in them, so you can cast basically level 1 versions of spells without burning any mana, which can be quite nice in certain situations. So yeah, when you burn up the charges, you can come back to Adria and get them recharged, but you have to pay some money for it, of course, because there is no such thing as a free lunch, as we all know. Oh, looky here.
Yep, that's a cow, all right.
That is a cow. A fun little piece of Blizzard lore. So, when this game was released, rumors were, you know, flying around the internet that there was some sort of secret cow level in Diablo, where if you clicked on certain cows in a certain order, you know, a certain number of times, you know, silly stuff like that, you know, you'd access a secret cow level. And thus was the origin of the cheat code in StarCraft. There is no cow level. Oh, I forgot to buy a scroll of Town Portal. That's basically the fast travel in this game. But whatever. Oh yeah, I guess I should save. I'm thinking about it. It's good to save periodically, like in many games. Scroll of Inferno. I can't use that. It's gonna turn into gold, which, that's okay. I like gold. Gold is shiny. Yeah, so when you get one of these walls with, you know, grating in it, you don't even have to open the door. You can, if you've got a bow, you can just fire relentlessly, especially in the early levels, because they're too stupid to open the doors. But of course, later on, the monsters will start wising up and being able to open doors and follow you and all kinds of horrible things. Yeah. Isn't it just awesome that we're just, you know, looting sarcophagi indiscriminately, you know, without any regard to the sanctity of burials? Or how in so many video games, it seems like no matter if you're a good or evil character, everyone is still oops, that's trapped. But everyone is still barging into other people's homes and taking their stuff. So yeah. We have the warning there, and I can just cast this skill, so to speak, on the chest. It's not a guaranteed success, but yeah, there's a certain percentage chance that it'll work. And the rogue's skill gets better as the character level goes up. Yeah, see, it didn't work. But still, even knowing about it is quite helpful because you can get ready to dodge. Oh, I see a bookcase over there. Sorcerers get a lot more excited about books. Although books are good for everyone. In video games and in real life. Ah! Can't hit you. Thank you. Oh, and here's a little treasure room. That's always funny when the loot or the drops materialize outside of the room. Just regular shields, regular bucklers, and some money. I'll take it though. Yeah, see, I'm not hitting this guy at all. Oh yeah, these library books. So most of the time they're just gonna turn into a scroll, but sometimes they turn into books. But on the other hand, bookcases always yield a book. Book Firebolts. So I actually could learn this one, but it seems kind of silly when we're playing the rogue, because we already have a nice ranged attack with the bow. So this book is much more valuable just to sell, in my opinion. Yeah, the bucklers. I guess I'll go back to town to sell this stuff off while the staircase up to town is still easily accessible. But as it gets further away, it becomes less feasible to run all the way back to town. So that's when the town portal spell really comes in handy. Yeah, when you cast a town portal, there will be a exit portal that materializes here, and then you can go about your shopping or repairs or sales or whatever, and then when you're ready, go back down to whichever level you were on.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
I sense a soul in search of money. Identify and healing. Well, those are good. I'm not going to sell the mana potions because actually spells can come in handy for anybody in Diablo, not just sorcerers. They obviously make the best use of them, but there are certain key spells that are great, you know, for everybody, like Firewall or Telekinesis. So yeah, I'm gonna hold on to the mana potions. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was gonna buy a town portal scroll. How could you guys let me forget?
I sense a soul in search of answers.
You were supposed to telepathically send a message into the past when I'm recording this to remind me to pick up a town portal scroll. Well, we'll have to work on that. Now, Diablo 1, this is before the stash was invented, so it's like, well, what do you do with excess items? Well, this is what you do. You chuck them on the ground. In town, that is. They'll stay here, and they'll persist. As long as you don't, you know, hit new game here, that would generate a new world completely, and, you know, a new assortment of quests and levels and everything. But as long as we're playing this, you know, this save and this world, those potions and anything else I would want to drop on the ground will stay here. So, besides excess potions, you could drop excess gold. If you find, you know, items that give good resistances, those are popular items to stash in town. Maybe alternate weapons that are, you know, useful for a specific monster. Yeah, just any items that you know, are useful for a particular purpose, but not necessarily for the level you're on. Okay.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
Just sell those. You have nothing I want. Did I mention how great the music in this game is? It's just, yeah, especially the Tristram music. It's so good. Oh, yeah, I keep doing that. Diablo 2 habits. And in Diablo 1, unfortunately, you only have the F5 through F8 keys to assign as hotkeys. And Diablo 2 is a lot more flexible about hotkey assignment. And you can have a lot more hotkeys. But usually you can kind of whittle down your spell book into, or your spell list, I should say, into an assortment of 4 spells that would be useful for the current level. Alright, well, we finished the first level, and the first Let's Play episode. I'm gonna end the episode here, and I'll see you see you guys next time as we do level 2 and beyond. Thanks for watching. Bye.